Sego, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Akwesasne Review. Today we're going to be talking about a topic that's garnering both local and national attention, and that is the movement to stop the Dakota Access pipelines happening in North Dakota. We know that there's an effort for nations and indigenous people throughout the world to come together for this. And Anthony, you actually have some connections down in North Dakota. Can you speak a little bit about that?
Yes, I have my mom and pops, Mary and Philip Gray. They're there. They flew out yesterday. They made it there. They've sent me pictures. It's beautiful to see. You have all different tribal flags there. It started off as a small movement, hundreds of people. Now you're looking at thousands of Native Americans. And so I just think it's a beautiful movement. And like I said, I spotlighted it last week. It was just a small little thing. Now it's a huge ordeal, and I'm proud to be Native American. That just makes my heart glow. It's a peaceful protest. Let's put that out there. It's a peaceful protest. There's rules, there's regulations, no drinking, no alcohol, stuff like that. They want to make sure that it's peaceful. They pray, they say, they dance, they communicate. It's just a sight. They sent me pictures. You see tribal flags all over the fence line. It's just an awesome sight to see.
And we have Tribal Chief Ron LaFrance and Tribal Sub-Chief Cheryl Jacobs, who have gone out there to show their support. They brought an official letter of support from the St. Regis Mohawk tribe to, again, show their support for the stop of this pipeline. And I did have a chance to speak to Ron. It was very brief, so phone service wasn't all that great, so we had to kind of dance around a little bit and try and have him find a signal where he can actually have a good conversation with us. Yeah, exactly.
Well, they're in a plane, so you got to figure there's not too much.
It's kind of how it went. Can you hear me now?
Right.
So he did speak to that, where everything is positive. Everybody is doing some sort of ceremony throughout the day. There's an opening. There's a close. They're stressing it's nonviolent, and they're stressing that it's peaceful. And with the media and stuff that's being portrayed there now, with people saying there's pipe bombs thrown at like the army or whoever's there, that's not the case. They're saying it's peaceful, and they're stressing that part where it's nonviolent. So let's actually take a listen to Ron's clip and let him speak for himself.
Yep, this is Ron LaFrance. I'm at the Standing Rock Reservation in Standing Rock, North Dakota.
All right, so how's it going over at Standing Rock?
Oh, it's very good here. I mean, everybody's in positive spirits. When we got here this morning, we delivered 20 cases of water. Cheryl and I and Philip and Mary Gray unloaded it, and I mean, the spirit around the camp is very, very good. The people that we've met are very friendly. They're open to talk. We've actually taken pictures with a lot of them, and they've shared their stories with us about, they're scared about what potentially could happen because they're digging the pipeline into the earth, and they want to go under the water. And if there was a break anywhere, that they could have environmental contamination on a widespread, and very widespread. They're very concerned.
Right.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you for your time, sir.
All right.
All right.
Okay. Bye.
Thanks for that, Ron. So at the same time, Chief Beverly Cook and Chief Eric Thompson were in Washington, D.C. They went to attend the motion hearing for the injunction filed by the Standing Rock Sioux Tribe against the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers to stop the pipeline. As expected, there was hundreds of people there. We spoke to Chief Cook and Chief Thompson after the hearing. Let's take a listen.
Well, they started off. There were prayers that started off the gatherings, spiritual invocations, the message of natural resources being paramount. The water is life slogan was hit quite often and driven home, and I think it's important. The fact that these resources transcend profit, that they're all important, and that the peace of the movement, I think, was also emphasized, that it is a peaceful movement, and that prayer is used as a backdrop for a peaceful resolution thus far, and hope for a reconciliation of this issue. people walked away with the feeling that there was some vindication of sorts. There was some chanting of, we won. The way I interpreted it was more of a reprieve. There was more like a temporary restraining order or a stay of 2 weeks that the judge issued at the end of the hearing, where he was going to schedule some consultation hearings in the next at the end of the 2 weeks to review the record and then render a decision. But there'll be no work that'll be done in between now and then, and I think people were happy with that effect, because based on whatever decision was going to be rendered today, there would have been action or correlating action in the Dakotas based on that.
Yeah, there was concern that they had heard rumors that the camp out at Standing Rock was going to be surrounded, and that should they lose in court, that there would be something negative occurring out there, and they would, probably shut down the camp. So that was the concern talking about here. So the 2-week reprieve was well received.
It's a peaceful protest. It seems to be across all Indian country. You have the forces seem to be firing on all cylinders. We're hitting the core actions. There's political pressure that's being leveraged, and there's also the actual peaceful protests, physical protests that are going on. So I think that it's a good manifestation of solidarity.
Thank you, Chiefs.
We also just want to kind of point out that the ruling on this injunction was going to take place on Wednesday, August 24th, and it has been moved to September 9th. So maybe you guys have a little bit more input in regards to, how the injunction is affecting what's going on.
So with that, I do know that they're not allowed to do any construction or drilling at that site until after the actual ruling on September 9th.
So it's a postponement.
Basically, yes.
So I think the other thing that I want to just bring up as well is like during this whole period between Wednesday up until September 9th, now there's an opportunity for more Native Americans and indigenous peoples to go out and continue their support and continue this grassroots effort to continue the movement and enlarge it and make it even bigger.
But it's not even just indigenous people. There's celebrities, there's people of all colors, there's people all over the world. I just read a letter from Wales that were comparing their people to our people and the same issues that they have outside of England, in support of this movement. It's amazing. Like, it makes me feel great, and it's all over social media. Social media is playing the biggest part of this. That's how they're getting most of everything out, is the social media. My Facebook is it's just everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Why are we protesting? Okay, they didn't want to be called protesters, they want to be called protectors. Can you enlighten me on that? What are we really protesting, protecting? What's the big deal going on?
The water.
For one.
Water is life, Anthony. Water is life.
So basically, the pipeline is going underneath the Missouri River, yes. Not once, but twice, and they're scared of leakage that will pollute. Am I understanding this right?
And it's like the main water source, yeah. Yes. So, and it's not if it's going to bust, it's when will it bust. Because as history has shown, the pipelines bust. Yes, they break.
There was a statistic, I don't know how long, it was like 57.5% odds that it's going to leak. It's not if it's going to happen, it's when it's going to happen.
Exactly.
And again, that's causing pollution, and that's environmental impacts for not only water but the wildlife, poison to the people.
And that's their way of life.
And in the process of putting this pipeline in there, it's a portion of fracking as well. So that there's just so many implications for what's going to happen with this line. And these people are coming together to say, you know what, is it really worth it because of all the dangers that are going with it?
So really it's just not a Native American movement. We're asking for everybody. So
exactly.
that's what they're meaning by protectors, because yes. They're protecting not just for their own people, but for the United States in general, basically.
And I like the fact that they're really pushing peaceful demonstration and awareness, because that's how you get other people and tribes to endorse it as well. If they're going out there and hypothetically causing trouble, you know, not many tribes are going to want to sign on with that. But the fact that everyone's just coming together and just allowing to stay peaceful and organized, now we can all endorse it. So, you know, it brings up the question, what can we do? If we're not going to be there, and we're trying to get out there, but if we can't be there, what are things that our community can do to help support?
Well, I know I signed a petition on Facebook last night.
Me too.
Had something to do with the White House. I was like, they're looking for 100,000 signatures. So it's very easy. It takes literally 40 seconds. You know, you can link on. Everybody's been sharing it on Facebook. You can look for that. You know, there's a couple other, there's another petition. There's different ways that you can help. There's different websites. But I just wanted to point something out also, that it's not just about the water, because I was reading an article that they had already moved the pipeline. They had planned it somewhere and people protested. They did this, they did that, and that was not near the reservation. So this is actually the second site. So it kind of goes back to everything, that let's put it near the natives, because, you know, like, that was a kind of a discussion too. Like, why aren't we being talked to? Why are you just going to tell us that that's where it's going? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, there's no consultation. How does it affect this native tribe?
And that's the whole basis of the lawsuit.
Yeah.
And that's why they want this injunction, that they did not consult with the Standing Rock Tribe. They just said, yep, like you said, this is where it's going to go.
This is where it's going, yes.
Yep.
Even though they've already moved it from somewhere else.
Yep.
That
And it
other
does
people
show a level of
complained about.
disrespect and disregard for the native communities out in that area.
And it's been going on for how long? Same thing.
Well, we're showing
locally.
now. Yep,
Locally.
We're showing now. We stand up for what our rights are, and for ourselves and each other. A lot can be accomplished. Look at where we are now.
Exactly.
I just want to say, since the beginning of time, they've been trying to exterminate our people. Yet together we stand strong, and we're still here.
And I just wanted to add on to the power of social media. We would be remiss not to give credit as well to native media, whether it be TV, radio, newspaper. They're on the ground. They're actually in there talking with the people and reporting back to us. So a lot of the information that we're receiving is from them reporting back to us. So we're only as strong as our contacts out there. And again, us having a representative from the St. Regis Mohawk tribe at both D.C. and over at Standing Rock as well, it's great access and report back to us. So we have to give credit where it's due, and that's to a lot of our Native American media out there helping us cover this.
Yeah, because you're right.
Sorry.
No, go ahead. Because you're right. There's not been much national coverage on CNN, MSB, all those major outlets on TV. I watched it this morning. I was like, we had like 10 seconds. And it needs to be broadcast better. It needs to be out there more. It needs to be, so support the movement is what we're asking. Support the movement. Because this is bigger than just us here and just a couple nations or a lot of nations or a lot of Native American people. It's a big deal. We're trying to protect our way of life.
And support your local media. Support your local Akwesasne TV. You know, support all the different organizations, the Native organizations, the Native individuals that are there reporting, you know, like even people that probably freelance reporters are just there, photographers, there's photographers there just taking amazing photos. I've seen amazing photos from there, you know, even people that are just from here. Philip and Mary posted, they had some great pictures of the St. Regis Mohawk tribe's flag on the fence there, and that to me was huge, huge. There's a warrior flag there, somebody told me. I haven't seen that picture yet, but the photos are amazing. I was looking online at some of the Native publications, and I was just taken back by it.
And again, what I wanted to add as well is that although we can't go there at the moment and support, you had mentioned earlier about ways to do that, and I see they're even selling T-shirts where the money raised will go towards efforts to help out in this this cause. And you know, I can't say it enough that this social media, it's bigger than anyone can ever anticipate.
It's so powerful.
Yeah. You know, even if we're not there, we're gonna. And you know what? This is going to be part of the history books. You know, you're going to hear generations after this hear about this type of movement, because I'm not saying it's unprecedented, but it's been many, many, many years since you've had the culmination of all these nations together in one area and fighting for one cause.
It gives me goosebumps.
It's quite the amazing endeavor that all of these tribes are coming together, and we're really proud to, again, cover this, and we want to do as much as we can as not only Akwesasne TV, but as a community to reinforce the fact that we're supporting their cause.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
So again, we just wanted to ensure that people do realize that we are out there, and again, to Amber's point, that we as Akwesasne TV are fighting the good fight. So again, if there's any further questions or concerns that you want to put forward to us, you can always reach out on Facebook, Twitter, and I know there's been a lot of movement locally as well for people to get information out there. So we just want to make sure that we're part of the team, we're part of the process, and if you guys want to contact us, please do so. And with that, we want to thank you once again for watching Akwesasne Review, and until next time, Onagiwahe.
Ona.
Yo honey, yo honey, yo honey.